there guys, and welcome back to the Beard Necessities episode 6. In today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to make your own peppermint oil mix. I will be using JoJoba Oil and creating a 5% solution mix with my peppermint essential oil. It is always important to remember that you should dilute essential oils. They are often caustic and will burn your skin, especially in the case of peppermint, and you don't want to damage your follicles or your skin for that matter. That being said, this video obviously I'm going to be using, as I said, jojoba oil. It's the closest thing to our natural skin oils, so you don't have to use jojoba, but I do recommend it as I've been recommended it myself. So mine's just come in the post today, which is why I'm still wearing the same clothes as I did on my Friday video, because it is still Friday, and I want to get together my oil now so I can start using it, because I've been a bit hit and miss with my previous mix that I did of it. So without further ado, let's get into the step-by-step guide. Okay guys, so I have just received my jojoba oil through the post. This cost me £6.99, so £7. Now the reason that I bought this one was it was 100ml, which I thought was going to be easier to do the mix with. So not only have I got my jojoba oil, I've also got my peppermint extract. So this is 100%. I bought this online a few weeks back now. I haven't really used it. I'm going to go ahead and make my mix. So the rules are per fluid ounce 30 drops, and this stuff right here is 100ml, so that's 90 drops, and then obviously 10 more drops for the 10ml to make it 5%. So essentially it's 100 drops for 100ml, which works out pretty easy if you're doing it at 5%. Now I've seen a few people complain online. They've said, oh no, drops don't work because my dropper's bigger than this dropper. Generally most droppers' ends are actually all the same size anyway, but most aromatherapists will tell you that you can use any dropper or an eyedropper and it's fine. Mine actually comes with a little drop thing on the top, so I'm actually going to be using the drop method. I don't really agree with the people that try and discredit it. I personally think if it's good enough for aromatherapists and people that are trained to do it like this, then why the hell not for me? So I'm going to essentially open my jojoba oil and I'm going to remove this cap and then I'm going to pour this into that. Make sure you're careful with the amount that you do your drops. Obviously you don't want to do too many. We don't want to really go over 5%. Again, that might not be particularly healthy for your face. So I'll just remove this top and I'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, so I managed to remove the cap. Now what I'm going to do now is obviously very carefully get my other bottle and just start to add that in. Right, so I added in about 10 drops there, just showing you it can come out quite quickly, so just obviously keep focused and try and make sure that you're getting the right amount of drops in. I'm going to do that till I get 100 in there, and then I'll join you back here on the video. Guys, so I've now added 100 drops of my peppermint oil into my jojoba oil, and I'm now going to put the lid on and give it a quick shake just to get all of that nice and mixed up. I think my teenage years are going to come in handy here, because obviously you just want to make sure that it gets to all of the right possible places. So I've shaken up the mix, got it all nice and mixed in. I went and emptied out my old Do Grow bottle. I wasn't really using it, to be honest with you. I did use a stimulating growth one a little bit. Unfortunately it does have some low level DHT blockers in there, I think. Nothing to make a massive difference, but the mega thick one is really got a lot of potent ones in. But I thought, do you know what, I'd rather just not use it. That's what I had my peppermint mix with before, and that's why I wasn't really using it very often, which is why I bought jojoba oil. Obviously this bottle though is a good applicator, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrape the top off. I've washed it all out. It's still got the nice smell, which is good because it does smell very nice, that oil. And then I'm just going to pour it straight in to this new applicator bottle. As you can see, it's a little bit thicker than the consistency of, I guess, things like this kind of oil is usually. But it's still a lot. It's less dense than something like castor oil. I personally think it's probably a bit. I don't really like castor oil, to be honest with you. I think it's a bit overrated. And so, just going to pop the lid back on this. Okay, guys. So I'm going to apply this now. One last thing before I do, or while I'm doing it, I think it's very, very important that we all try and avoid DHT blockers because, as you know, we're already at a disadvantage. We already can't grow facial hair like most normal people can. So we're having to apply stuff like this and minoxidil to our face. So obviously we don't want to be in any position where we're putting ourselves at a disadvantage. So that's why I say to avoid things like coconut oil, grapeseed oil, rosemary oil and things like that. This mix is supposed to help promote some hair growth as well. I'll be honest with you, it feels quite nice going on. It's the first time I've actually used this type of oil. And the applicator bottle is quite good at getting it on there. So I'd recommend buying a bottle like this or using something to help you apply it to your face. That being said, I think it's very important that you make your own oils as well, because a lot of the beard oils out there unfortunately have DHT blockers in there, and that's because obviously people with beards naturally generally aren't as sensitive to those. It's still not good for them. It still affect the linear growth of it. It's still not going to grow as quickly if you're using stuff like that, but it isn't going to make it fall out like it is for us guys. So I'll put the last little bit under my chin. I'll put a little bit more on there because it doesn't feel like there's enough. Hair's quite thick around there, thankfully. Okay, I think that's nice and applied. It smells nice, feels nice. It doesn't feel as greasy as things like castor oil. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of that. I do have some, you can see it just over there. Don't really use it anymore. That's one myth, I guess, really, is that people think it actually thickens your hair. I happen to disagree. It does give the illusion of thickness while you've got it on your face, but that's about it, really. It doesn't actually change those vellus into terminal or anything like that. But it's still a good oil. It's a good moisturiser. That's what it is. It's a very, very good moisturiser. But apparently jojoba is better. So guys, that's it for the video. It's feeling nice on the face, a little bit tingly, but that's what you'd expect. It's not burning or anything like that. It's nice. Smells nice as well. Makes the hair feel quite nice as well. So I'd recommend it. Obviously, I will put in the description a little box, so you don't have to make a 5% like I have. You can make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% bottle. I wouldn't recommend anything higher. Therefore, I'm not going to put anything in there to help you make a higher one, because I don't want to be kind of, I guess, part and parcel of you burning your face. Thanks very much for tuning in to this episode of the Beard Necessities, and I'll see you again on Friday for a Facial Fuzz Friday. Thanks again.